And hello my brave knights, princesses and princesses, and welcome to a different video. Since I don't really have anything to play right now, because new games have been kind of slow to be done, and I've just been sitting here trying to think of something I can do. I got an idea, and I'm going to do it. This is just going to be a different video from usual. This is going to be a review of a movie. I may actually start doing this once in a while where I just randomly will throw in a movie that I've seen or I found and I want to do a review of it. So this will be the first one. This is a movie review, and you probably see what the title is. And the reason why I'm doing it is because, one, no one really has talked about this movie much recently. Like, I've watched movie reviewers talking about like all sorts of movies, and I'm like, no one has done a review of this movie for like years. So I wanted to be the first person in this new era of 2021 to do a movie that came out in 2002. Yeah, 2002. This movie's old, like me. This is Dinatopia. This is basically a movie I grew up with, and I've always wondered why no one has ever talked about it, because it's a good movie. It really is. I'm not going to show you all the entire movie. I'm only going to give you guys enough of it to make you curious enough to go watch it yourselves. It's all on YouTube in parts, which is interesting, but it's old enough to where I don't think YouTube will care. So here we go. So let's start with the beginning, and as we move forward, I'm going to warn you now, I'm going to be pausing here and there to talk about certain things, and if you don't like that, then move on, but this is how I'm going to do it, so here we go. Oh yeah, David Thewlis is in this movie.
My dearest granddaughter, by the time you read this, you will no doubt have grown into a confident and beautiful young woman. Your journey will not be an easy one. You will be expected to show courage and face many challenges which may threaten to destroy our world. But you are not alone, Marion, and help will come in unexpected ways and from unfamiliar faces. And as the darkness descends around Dinatopia, never allow it to...
Oh yeah, Trevor Jones did the music. You can actually find the soundtrack on YouTube too, I believe. And like I said, David Thewlis is in this movie. I'll talk about him in a moment once we get a little further.
Overwhelm you. Instead, follow your heart and prepare to fulfill your destiny as matriarch. Find the light.
That's important later, just saying. Just warn you all now, that's important. I don't know if I'll go that far into the movie, but for those of you that want to watch this movie, that's important. That's called foreshadowing. Dinatopia. So what we're going to do in this review, for those of you that are curious, is we're going to go through this movie for a bit. And one of the things we're going to find out is if it holds up today, in 2021. Like, you know, how things are played out, the CGI, all that stuff. Because this movie came out, like, around when CGI was cool. And the world was very different. So yeah, David Thewlis is in this movie. He played Professor Lupin, obviously, as you all probably know, in the Harry Potter series. He played a centipede in James and the Giant Peach. He also played Einon in Dragonheart. I think that's all I know that he's been in. He was in this one mystery movie that I never finished, but I really wish I watched it. Trevor Jones did the music. I don't know what other movies he's done music for, but that's all I've got right now. So we're now going to be introduced to the main protagonists. Right. So, hold on. This is Carl. This is David. And this is their father. Now, Carl is the headstrong, stubborn, doesn't want responsibility brother, and David is I guess I want to say at this point he is the whiny, hates heights, but easily accepts wherever he is kind of person, where he just goes along with things, I guess. And their father becomes kind of the reason for what they do throughout this movie. And you're going to find out why. Now, these two actors, like this fellow here, I have seen him in Prison Break. This actor here, the only other movie I've seen him in was this, what was it? It was a Snow White. He played the huntsman. And if I remember correctly, what happens is he gets turned into a bear by the evil mother-in-law. And then he changes back after he finds Snow White.
Let's just leave him behind, Dad. He's gonna be like this all day.
I agree with Carl. I was happier reading back at the villa.
Well, you're not going to be sitting in your room reading, David. You'll be out doing something.
There, we're all set.
Come on, Carl, fly the plane. This is very important. You keep your airspeed above 140.
Okay. This is so cool.
It's flying the plane.
Yeah, I see.
You wake me up 20 minutes before landing.
What? It's all right, David. I think I know what I'm doing.
And that's kind of how Carl is. He usually acts like he knows what he's doing. He acts like I said, he's the headstrong older brother. It's cool. It's a cool contrast between the two brothers, how they're so different, and how their chemistry will change throughout this movie. Because it does. They actually do develop into some pretty interesting people, but it takes the circumstances that they are in to change them. Here we go.
What is that? What? That. There, what is that? You see that? Whoa! Wake up, Dad! Dad!
Where did that come from?
Hang on! We gotta turn and try to outrun this thing. Get your belts on.
Dad! We're going out of control!
Hang on! Sucking us in! Hang on! Brace yourself!
Now from here, the movie will want you to assume that the father didn't make it. And that little big monster creature is actually pretty important later. Again, foreshadowing. But I'm gonna shut up and let the scene play out. Well, yeah. Cyrus, I'll just let this play out so I can be introduced to him.
Sorry, apologies. Sincere apologies for any inconvenience. I have permission from the Volcanium Council to explore ancient sites. The hope of finding unused sunstones. It's all in order. I have the papers. Well. Hello, boys. Sorry, you gave me a bit of a fright there.
Oh, we gave you a fright.
Unless I'm very much mistaken, you're something of a rarity, eh? Have you just arrived?
Yes.
Splendid. I knew it. Newcomers.
So, where are we exactly?
Oh, Dinatopia. Oh, you'll be the talk of the place. It's not every day we get new.
And here's what's funny. And this is going to be emphasized later. Sorry, I keep pausing, but I warned you. I'm going to pause quite a bit. No one has heard of Dinatopia. Like, and there's a reason for that, and it'll be explained later. But newcomers will come in. You'll become talk of the town. Everyone will know who you are. And there's a reason why no one has ever heard of Dinatopia. You'll find out.
Rivals.
Dinatopia? Where is that?
Listen, can I use your cell phone?
What?
You know, telephone. We need to call the Coast Guard right away.
Cell
We're
phone.
in a storm and our plane crashed. Our father, he's missing. We've got to get some help.
Oh, you'll want a postal bird. I'm afraid I can't help you there.
Postal bird?
Postal bird.
What were you doing up there anyway?
Oh, just a bit of archaeology.
You're the first archaeologist I've met who uses dynamite.
Yes, well, I have a number of occupations, to be honest with you. I'm
Yep.
something of an independent spirit which can get a man into trouble around here. Oh, fancy live now.
No thanks.
Go on. Well, for what it's worth, and at no extra cost, I offer you the eternal friendship of Cyrus Crab. That's me. Well, wasting my time here. This place has been picked clean with a fine tooth comb. You got anything you want to swap? Rings, watches? No? Well, if it's any use to you boys, I'll escort you to the Chandler bus depot. I'm catching a bus there myself in about half an hour. Fancy that?
All right.
That's important. It's what do they call it? I don't remember what the language is called. I think it's like footprint or something like that. I don't know if they ever actually tell you what the language is, but using footprints as their language is kind of cool. It's a cool concept. And here we get introduced to our first dinosaur in the movie. We're going to be introduced to quite a few dinosaurs in this movie, so just, you know. We're also going to be introduced to Marion, who makes her appearance in this too.
What's going on? What is that?
Hey, it's all right. Come on, calm down, calm down.
looking at this dinosaur and the CGI of him. Let's look at him. He doesn't look bad, even by today's standards. He doesn't look bad at all. I mean, by my standards, at least.
Can't be. It's a dinosaur.
He actually looks real. Actually looks like he's there.
Dinosaurs died off millions of years ago.
If only, my boy, if only.
That person's dead.
It's coming right for us.
Yeah. Time to say farewell, I think. Oh! Yes, she is. I thought she'd turn up at a time like this.
Who is she?
Come on, boys.
What's she doing?
Fun's over.
She must be crazy.
Easy now.
Is she nuts? Hey!
Calm down, boys. Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Calm down. What is it? What's wrong?
Somehow she... This doesn't make sense. How she figures it out by doing the hand thing that she figures out what his problem is. It doesn't make sense at all. And it's not till the dinosaur like shows her. But the hand thing is weird. It's kind of like How to Train Your Dragon in a way. Maybe they got the idea from this.
Toothache.
That was amazing.
She's Dinatopian, 20th generation. I'd love to spend more time with you, but I have to catch a night bus to Volcanium. Very important meeting. If there's anything you need, don't hesitate to call. It's no bother at all.
Crabs, Curios, Waterfall City. That's your store?
The finest in antiques and antiquities. And listen, don't waste your time in the provinces. Go to Waterfall City. You just pick up your tickets over there.
Maybe we'll see you there.
Oh, you can be sure of it. I know future friends when I see them. Cheerio.
I'm not sure I trust him. Why not? He's just a weird old guy with a limp and a few sticks of dynamite.
Oh no, Cyrus is not just that. And that I don't trust him theme also runs through this movie. I think now we're going to jump to the next dinosaur we see. What happens is Carl actually asks, he won't eat us, will he? And she has to tell him that Brachiosaurus are plant eaters. It's so stupid.
Outside! Run! Run! Over here, quick!
Actually, don't look bad. Oh, well, I can tell there's a green screen. Oh, the typical trip over something. Fight! I love it. They're not fighting over their food.
You okay?
Now we're introduced to the Skybacks.
It's all right. They're skybacks. They're here to help us.
And now we're introduced to Una, who, again, his actor I've only seen in one other movie. I can't remember what the movie is called. I wish I could see that guy more in other movies. You'll see who he is. I don't remember his name. I just recognize his face.
I am Unu, Squadron Leader, Skyvex Corps.
I think you just saved our lives.
Yes, this time you were lucky. I'm going to recommend this bus service be suspended until further notice. We cannot guarantee the safety of the passengers and you. Stop. No one but a rider ever approaches a Skyvex. These are not tame birds. If you value your life, stay back. I will provide you with an airborne escort for the rest of your journey.
What happened to everybody here?
We rescued the rest of the staff earlier. We flew them out before the storms came in. But 3 people and their Triceratops patrol are still missing. As yet, we've had no sightings. I fear they are dead. Okay, let's go.
Right, come on. Follow us.
That was kind of quick how he transitions from, you know, saying, you know, here's what we did. I think we are dead, and then without you know, even a beat, he's like, okay, let's go. It's like, I mean, it's interesting. And I love the music for this part.
Welcome to Waterfall City.
That's a lot of CGI, but it looks good. It looks good.
I've never seen anything like it. It's a beautiful city. It's like something out of a fairy tale. Marion, your world map's a little bit off. America isn't joined to Europe.
At the beginning of the Triassic period, all the continents were joined together in one huge supercontinent called Pangaea.
Surprised you didn't know that, David.
And that science is still used today. It's amazing.
Why are they all looking at us?
There haven't been newcomers in many years. You're celebrities.
Triceratops.
The mayor of Waterfall City's coming to greet you.
Oh yeah, this is good. I love this part. Just listen. It's great. It's hilarious.
This is the palace.
Who's that guy? Looks like a clown with all those robes on.
Hello, Father.
Marion. About the Tyrannosaurus attack, I've been so worried.
I'm fine. There's nothing to be frightened of. But I would like to address the Senate on what I saw.
Oh, yes. Plenty of time for that. Dinner's at 8 o'clock. 8:45 by the time the speeches have dragged on. Oh. Now, on behalf of the people of Dinatopia, I, Waldo Seville, the 207th Mayor of Waterfall City and Speaker of the Dinatopian Senate, extend to you our warmest welcome and hospitality.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor?
Now listen.
A plane crashed into the sea David and I, we escaped, but our father was trapped in it. What we need is a search party.
Don't worry, dear boys. The Senate awaits you, and we will address all your concerns.
Or do they?
Recorded on this scroll, you can see the names of those shipwrecked souls whom destiny has delivered to our land. They number thousands, from all corners of the earth, from every century. Those poor unfortunates, cast away on the winds of misfortune, only to find a better life. A life of harmony and fulfillment here on the shores of Dinatopia. And we are their descendants. Welcome.
Wow. So many dinosaurs. And some of these dinosaurs are on the council. It's nuts.
Please do something. Welcome to Waterfall City, David Scott. And a very warm welcome to you too, Carl Scott. We would like to formally accept you into the Waterfall City Academy, where you will, after training, be given the chance to become full Dinatopian citizens and to find your Saurian life partner.
Saurian? You mean one of those scalies?
We don't use that ugly term here, but yes, you will be paired with a dinosaur.
That's
There's
actually
a
a thing.
ceremony, and we take a vow. It's like a marriage.
Well, thank you for the offer, but we have to get home.
Our dad's still out there. There's no way we can stay here.
We understand that you both must be upset, but many Dinatopians have lost their friends and families in the shipwrecks that brought them here, but I'm afraid your past life is gone.
This must be...
So basically, you could say that Dinatopia is like a cult. That once, because basically what they're saying is now that you're here, you can't leave, you can't go back, you can't, you know, it like what you left behind stays behind, and now you're here and you're gonna be amalgamated into this society, and that's it kind of amazes me that nobody knows about Dinatopia, because you would think that people would miss these people, would come looking for them, would search for them. And which is why I had this theory over the years when I'm like, what if, Dinatopia was in, like, say, the Bermuda Triangle, or some place where, airplanes and boats and stuff disappear, and we don't find them. If this place was real, which it isn't, but, it's something to think about. So, that's basically what's going on here.
A big shock to you, but when you understand the truly wonderful life we have here...
we have to get off this island.
I'm afraid that's impossible. Over the centuries, a few have tried, but they've all perished on the Razor Reef.
Well, wait a minute. How do you know no one's ever made it?
Had you ever heard of Dinatopia before you arrived?
No.
Exactly.
Now, you can't imagine how exciting this is for us. You're the first new arrivals for many a long time, and we're all waiting to hear of the changes in your world, so come along, come along. Our last off-worlder was shipwrecked in 1944. So what have been the principal changes in your society since then? What? Oh, yes. Are you still at war with the Germans?
No, we won that one.
Oh, well done.
Basically, they're referencing. I think that's a reference to World War II. And then basically what happens is David explains all the technological advances they made, including the fact that we put someone on the moon. And then Carl basically is like, he's upset because no one's doing anything to find their father. And that's basically what happens throughout this movie. Carl is basically dead set on trying to get off the island to find their dad or whatever. And David wants to stick around because, what's the big deal? That's basically what happens. Eventually, we'll be introduced to one of my other favorite characters, Zippo, which I will show you now. There he is.
I'm sorry.
No. It's perfectly all right. It was completely my fault.
This dinosaur can talk.
Der Tag Almada.
Der Tag Almada, Marion. David and Carl Scott, right? And yes, I can speak English and French. Bonjour, mon ami.
Bonjour.
I
can
love Zippo.
understand 17 major human and saurian languages and imitate many natural sounds. I was top of my class.
So how many dinosaurs can talk?
All of them.
But very few learn to speak English properly, if that's what you mean.
How exciting to meet you. You know, I just love mammals.
I have to leave.
Zippo is the energetic, nerdy, just passionate fellow who just loves people. He had a partner too, but he lost her. He's going to take these two under his wing, and he becomes their basically like guardian of sorts.
Now, I'm going to speak to the Senate. Goodbye.
Well, wait a minute. Where are we supposed to go? Where are we going to sleep?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you'd been told. Zippo has kindly agreed to give you temporary accommodation in his house.
Yes.
Goodbye.
You mean we're staying with a
librarian?
Right, librarian.
Yes.
Technically, Stenthosaurus. That's what he is. A Stenthosaurus.
This is delicious.
Your fork, Carl?
Very kind to put us up, Zippo.
Oh, no, not at all. I find you a very interesting species. I just love the way you jump about, very quick reactions, and the way you eat with your little knife and fork, cutting up all the food first. I mean, it's so funny.
So, do you have a human partner?
I was partner to Sylvie of the hatchery, but I've never sought another after my soulmate's death.
Wow, how'd you score a babe like that?
God.
What?
Babe. Very colorful language. It's a spiritual union I don't think you quite understand yet. No, I'll never meet another like her.
Well, technically he does.
Babe.
That was awful. That was terrible. But yeah, I love Zippo. He really makes the movie colorful when he's around because he has so much energy. So from here, you basically get to see how the mayor is and all that stuff. But I think I'm going to stop here. If you guys are curious enough, you can watch the movie yourselves. I think you should. Because it really confuses me why people are reviewing movies, and this is one of those movies that people seem to just not pay much attention to. And they should, because it is a good movie. So, if you guys want to watch the movie, I would say go do it. It's worth your time. There are some things that can get a little confusing, but the story itself is pretty interesting. You can actually follow how, because eventually what's going to happen is Carl and David are going to be put into situations that basically challenge them. Like Carl is going to be given, something to be responsible with, and David will have to face his fear of heights, his fear of, I guess you could say, change. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I've never been exactly sure what David's technical problem was, because he was so accepting of Dinatopia, yet I guess there was, he didn't want to stay on the ground. As he's told later, you are stuck, you're bound to the earth. But that's my review of Dinatopia. It's a good movie. You should go watch it. I'll probably do another review of another movie I just watched. It's called What was it called again? I can't believe I've forgotten already. Hold on. Yeah, it's called Skyfire. So I'll do a review of that movie next, because I actually just watched it and I thought it was cool, and I thought of this idea. So yeah, go watch the movie yourselves. It's on YouTube in parts. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I actually owned this movie when it was on VHS. It was these 2 bricks. And then eventually we got it on DVD, and I remember when it came into the house and I actually looked at the VHS and looked at the DVD, and I was like, how? And then Blu-ray happened, and here we are. It's amazing how far we've come. So, go watch this movie. Enjoy it. Find the light is very important. And so are some other subtle details that unless you pay attention, you won't notice them. Like, I've watched this movie a billion times over, so of course I noticed all the subtle details. Though I'm pretty sure there are bits and pieces I've missed, so if you guys want to go watch the movie, it's there. Until then, leave a like and subscribe, because there's always room for one more, and see you on the next video. Bye.